there's something seriously wrong with Germany's economy.
Do the fundamentals really add up for the companies driving the rally, particularly the so-called Max 7 global tech giants?
Like Trump did run a pro-crypto campaign, and his promises have helped boost digital assets.
President Joe Biden has signed an executive order that will block and regulate high-tech US-based investments going towards China.
China has banned the export of some materials essential to the manufacturing of electronics and some military equipment to the US.
Hey guys, this is Seth with Global Economic Rundown for this week. In this video, I'm going to talk about major economies, major currencies, Bitcoin, and Magnificent 7 stock. United States, the biggest economy in the world, is restricting US investment into China. This is the priority of the current government, and even after the change of government on January 28, 2025, the priority is going to be the same. US is limiting its investment in AI and other technology sectors. The contention is that these sectors are a threat to US national security. According to a new bill presented in Congress, these sectors are not going to be supported by further US investments. Of course, there are companies and businesses that are heavily invested in China. There isn't any word of divesting those investments from China as of now. Early next year, after Trump administration takes over the government, we will know what actual restrictions are going to be in place. But the rules restricting the investments in China are going to take effect from January 2nd, 2025. The bill features the provisions that target the Chinese-made routers and modems, the things that are used to connect internet in home and office settings. If any Chinese company owns a real estate near American national security sites, those companies are going to be reviewed by the government. If there are any US telecommunication company or technology company that has a stake owned by Chinese government, those companies need to declare it to the authorities. These legislations also cover semiconductors, microelectronics, AI, quantum information technologies, and certain AI systems. The purpose is to prevent investment in code-breaking computer systems and next-generation fighter jets. Judging by the remarks of the US lawmakers, it seems like there are further legislation coming to prevent investment in the companies that are helping China to develop its military capabilities. Let's say if a company is building LEDs, which is fairly harmless business, but it supplies all its LEDs to Chinese military, that company could be seen as helping develop Chinese military. Apart from these security reasons, United States claims that Chinese authorities improperly pressures foreign companies to hand over their technology to the state. And China also improperly subsidizes the exporters of solar panels and other products. This renders most of the competitors all over the world unable to compete in international market. International Energy Agency reported that China represents more than 80% of solar panel market on all stages of production all over the world, which effectively means that they have the lion's share of the market. So subsidizing this sector by Chinese government does not provide level playing field for all the competitors. In order to discourage China, US has put tariffs on a lot of products entering the US market. Electric vehicles have 100% tariffs on them already. Chinese syringes and needles have tariffs. Other products include medical gloves, face masks, steel and aluminum. Tariff on lithium has increased to 25%. United States is focusing on building domestic critical metal production capacity. The Perpetual Resources plans that opens up stibnite antimony mine in Idaho is going to start production in 2028. US has not produced any gallium since 1987, but it can be produced in its neighboring country Canada. Further tariffs are in offing with new government on metals like tungsten and graphite. China, the second biggest economy, has started their own style of restrictions and bans on United States products. China has started putting restriction on critical metals that are used in building chips inside United States. This is in response to US restrictions on advanced semiconductor chips to China. As of now, there is a complete ban on exports of Chinese gallium and germanium to United States. China has also banned export of antimony to United States in response of US tariffs on solar panels. It is making full use of its dominance of critical metals. A lot of metals are not produced in the United States. All the gallium in the country comes from outside the country. There is no production of tungsten, a metal that has innumerable applications. According to US Geological Survey, China sends 21% of gallium to US. 82% of antimony is imported. 50% of germanium is imported. China supplies 63% of total antimony imports and 26% of germanium imports. America is desperately looking for non-Chinese suppliers of critical metals. As China has banned these metals, there is a significant jump in the prices. In just 1 year, the price of antimony jumped from $13,000 per metric ton to $38,000. Germanium climbed from $1,650 to $2,862. These prices are more than doubled. There are 50 critical metals according to US Geological Survey, and China is the major source of 26 of these critical metals. Germany, the third biggest economy in the world, a bulwark of European Union, is going to contract again this year. It is forecasted that German economy would contract by 0.1% in 2024 after contracting 0.3% last year. The experts are of the view that there is a combination of factors that landed Germany into this precarious situation. Some experts believe that Germany might already be in recession. One of the factors that brought Germany into negative growth territory is their lack of spending in the economy. Despite having the blessing of low borrowing costs, Germany chose to stick with debt brake, a constitutional amendment they had in 2009, right after 2008 financial crisis, which limits the deficit spending to 0.35% of GDP. If they had borrowed funds and increased spending in the economy, they would have been in a different financial situation. The second mistake Germany made was to increase its dependency on Russian natural gas to the point of getting hurt. Once Germany supported Ukraine against Russia, Russia cut off the natural gas supply, bringing manufacturing to standstill. The third factor that contributed to German economic dilemma is closing down the nuclear power plants. There was no serious reason behind doing that except for the danger of breakdown or accident. It's almost like do not drive the car, you might hit someone on the street. When we talk about major currencies, United States dollars has continued its upward trajectory in past month against major currencies. It has lost a little bit of steam this month as compared to last month when US election ended up boosting value of United States dollar against all major currencies. Against euro, it has gone up in past month. In 5 days, the graph has been the same for most of the currencies, euro, Japanese yen, but in past month it has improved against all the currencies, pound sterling, Japanese yen, Chinese yuan. It has actually improved a lot against Chinese yuan. Against Australian dollar, it has also appreciated, but it has held its ground. Actually, Canadian dollar has held its ground against US dollar in past month. And this is, of course, due to the anticipation of trade war that is going to start right after Donald Trump administration takes White House. We have to see what actually happens. Next is Bitcoin. The Bitcoin has declined a bit in past 5 days. Right now it is standing at $94,472. And if you look at the graph, this graph had a really good run right after US election. On November 4th, it was standing at $69,121. And right after election on November 5th, it started climbing up and hitting $106,490. $106,490 on December 17th. And there is a reason behind it, because Trump has promised to create Bitcoin strategic reserve, just like oil strategic reserve. What that means is they are going to buy 200,000 bitcoins every year until US government has 1 million bitcoins in reserve. This is being done so US is not left behind other countries who are being more and more open to digital currency as time passes. China and Russia have also shown interest of creating such reserves. Now let's talk about Magnificent Seven stocks. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, Tesla, Meta, and Nvidia. All these stocks are called Magnificent Seven stocks. If you look at these charts, Apple and Nvidia are the only two stocks that have shown an increase in price in past 5 days. Apart from that, Microsoft, it went down by 3.4%, Amazon 3%, Google or Alphabet 1.28%, Tesla by 9.43%. It is very volatile stock. I don't like it. And then Meta has dropped by 4.24%. I want to talk about Nvidia a little. Nvidia, that has been surprisingly rewarding to all its investors, now has shown little bit reduced speed in its growth. There are a lot of experts that are predicting stock price drop, saying the stock is overbought. Remember, the stock has beaten the price predictions of many experts so many times before. Google is still the biggest client of Nvidia. Certainly there are risks in the market like cooling AI training related demand, slowing growth, less favorable monetary policy, and mounting competition. But remember, mounting competition has always been there for AMD and other tech companies, and Nvidia has fared well among competition. And monetary policy right now in United States is pretty stable. The slowing growth can be associated with cooling AI related demand, but it does not warrant any decline in AI sector in near future. So personally, I still believe in Nvidia is gonna grow. Remember, this is not any financial advice. Do your own due diligence. This is a disclaimer. I hope you like this video. I have tried to cover all the major business topics in this video. If you have any opinion, feel free to share. I know a lot of people invest in Magnificent 7 stock or Bitcoin. Even if they don't, they still have opinion about these investments. And before I end this video, I want to say from my heart, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. I wish you make the best out of your holidays. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.